So, be honest, were you shocked? Were you completely overwhelmed that after a 670-point rally yesterday, March 26th on a Monday, the markets completely lost it all today with a huge market drop? The question is, how did we know? And more importantly, how could you have profited from knowing this information? See, on Sunday, my students knew the high possibility of the markets going higher on Monday and reversing the next day. Now, based off of that, they were able to place the following trades. On NVIDIA, they were able to enter the position this morning at 245 and take advantage of this $25 move lower. Now, I did post the video earlier, but as you can see, by the time I did post the video about this live trade, the stock was already trading at 240 roughly. Now, even since then, the gain with just a $3,000 investment would have produced a $12,000 profit. Now, not to confuse the 3,000 plus the 9,000, I'm talking about net difference. So the position that would have been open, and if you haven't seen this video, you can find it was posted earlier today. Okay, with a $3,000 investment, you would have been able to sell it actually not even at the lowest point, but right around here as the video recording shows, you would have been able to sell it for $15,000. Okay, now imagine what some of the students were able to capitalize here by getting in earlier. The difference between getting in earlier, shorting at the top, is huge because nobody knows at this point of where this stock is going. So you're able to buy the put options significantly lower. For give you a quantitative example, at this point you would have been able to buy the 235 put options at only $1.22 compared to at the time of the video making. The options were already sold for $3.10. So that's a 300% increase in cost. And with that, of course, instead of making a 400% gain, as you were able to do as described in the video, you would have been making a substantially higher gain of 1,400%. So that's the difference between able to capture the move early and between getting in already when the move is taking place. Now, also the same situation with Tesla. I have advised our students to enter the short positions in this range right here, noticing some interesting put option activity as somebody was buying September 150 puts, and I figured out how odd was that. They're thinking the price is going to plummet 150%. So once I noticed this trade and examined, and I've been a long-term Tesla bear, but please understand, even if you have been a bear on Tesla, with traded options, the only thing that really matters is not what you think, but when do you actually place the trade? In other words, the execution. So here at MarketCrash.money, I have developed some proprietary strategies which take a lot of things into consideration. Okay, but are very duplicatable. In other words, you're going to be able to look at thing number 1, thing number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, and 7, and figure out the beneficial environment to when actually to place these trades. Okay, now those two videos about these particular two trades were posted. However, the advantage you would have had if you were a student, okay, you clearly would have been able to also get on the Shopify trade way earlier at 245 opposed to getting in at 140 range. And of course Shopify did drop today all the way to a low of 127. Now, but the trades that were not even mentioned anywhere on the YouTube channel, because please understand, I do trade full time, but I do try to teach people how to trade, because when I was a trader, when I was starting out, I used to make a ton of mistakes, and it was pretty painful. It put a lot of strains on my personal relationships. I actually lost a girlfriend. I would have been committed to staying and trading, and I've lost a lot of money as well when I was trading for the first few years. So I'm trying to help somebody that's really serious about trading really avoid making some of the mistakes that I made in my earlier trading days. So, but between teaching my one-on-one sessions with students, between trading full-time, I simply don't have the time to be posting the videos on every trade, everything that's going on, all the updates and so on. So I'm trying to go over the advantages of actually being a student. And the reason I'm doing that is because clearly you can go out there and you can sign up for, certain updates and stock tips and, whatever the other gurus are trying to advertise. But I truly believe if you are trying to learn, if you're trying to be a student of trading and you're trying to be serious about it, I believe I can really show you one-on-one some of the mistakes that I have made in the past. I can show you some of the strategies that I have developed in order to gain some really serious traction and results, okay? And the reason I do it one-on-one is because I don't believe that a big classroom environment where you got 100, 200 other people going through the same chart class or going through, the same material is going to really turn you into a awesome trader. But I do believe going one-on-one through live trades, going one-on-one, preparing for those live trades, preparing, learning the strategies, the setups, the patterns, the charts, the whole thing that goes into putting some of these trades together is what's going to make you really, really good. So again, you would have missed the Google trade. The Google trade, we've been talking with the students anywhere from about 1160 all the way down to 1020, a move of $140. You would have been also notified, and we would have been studying to be prepared to take this trade from 1070 all the way to 998, 1102 area. Now, the biggest trade that you would have not missed out on is this right here. This trade makes all the other trades pale in comparison. Literally, the biggest trade of the day and of the last few days is this, the Amazon trade, which opened up earlier in the morning, okay, and started moving higher. And as we've predicted, which by the way, right after this, I will play a clip of the video, which I did post on Sunday, but it's at the very end, so I'm not sure if everybody took the time to finish the video all the way to the end, because some of these videos, they do get quite boring. And I have some news for you. If you think trading is all about fun and more fun, that's not true. Some of these concepts are quite boring, and I'm sure some of these videos I'm making are quite boring as well. So that is not the intention. However, I do have to break down some fundamental principles and concepts which I discovered, and unfortunately, not all of them are fun. It does take for you to learn them, to be a little bit of a student and really wanting to do this, okay? So the biggest trade of the day, the biggest trade of the week is this. Taking advantage of put options on Amazon as it was going higher. Me and some of my students, we were role playing. If the market goes higher, what would be the strategy? The ultimate strategy was to short the market, as everybody was getting excited that, oh, the market is turning around, buy the dip, let's roll, and let's buy a bunch of calls. We were shorting. So the best trade was shorting Amazon. After we were noticing it's just really hesitant to go above that level of 1570, 1575, 1577 range. So a perfect short was right here, okay? And as you can see, within hours, a drop of roughly $100. Now, if you've ever traded options, you understand that I'm talking about here, a 500, 600% return within a few hours, okay? So if you've never traded options and you don't understand how the math works out, okay, definitely go to marketcrash.money, okay? Sign up for a consultation. I will reveal the secrets of my strategy that I have developed over the years. I will show you the things that we will be examining before we enter into these trades. I will be showing the factors, the behaviors, all the little data, all the secret sauce that goes into putting these trades together. Okay, I will reveal the details to you. If you'd like to learn how to do this, I will share a file where I'm taking $12,000, turning it to $466,000 in less than 7 hours. That is my personal trading record. Okay, however, If you don't want to be a trader, if you're a swing trader, or if you're a long-term trader or a long-term investor, if you'd like to put a strategy that will generate money for you over the next year, over the next couple of years, put options or call options could be used that expire as long as over 2 years from now. Okay, so if you're interested in putting a long-term strategy opposed to trading daily or weekly, we will gear the one-on-one consultation towards your goals. All right, so back to what we were discussing here. All right, so there were clear signs. How did we know this turnaround was coming? Well, we were studying the charts, we were studying the patterns, we were studying the volumes, we were studying certain indicators, and we were prepared to take advantage of the market. So a lot of it is not just impulse decisions. A lot of it is a lot of research and studying. And right now, I would like to share exactly what was said on Sunday, specifically about what the market was going to do over the next couple of days. And specifically, we were talking about how the market was going to go higher, and then the next day it was going to reverse severely, and how it would represent a great opportunity to short the market through buying put options. Take a look.
Correct.
And you know why? You know why it's going to be such a perfect opportunity? Because when the market, let's say, does go higher tomorrow, when the market does go higher tomorrow, guess what it's going to mean to everybody? Everybody that's that keeps saying, "Oh, buy the dip, buy the dip." Guess what they're going to do when they see the market in the green tomorrow? They're going to celebrate. They're going to load up on these calls. They're going to think that they're right again. But they're going to be, buddy, they're going to be trapped. They're going to be fooled. The next day, the market is going to flop like a rock. So I hope the market goes higher tomorrow, because you know that would represent an awesome opportunity to buy some puts. Let me show you how low we're going to go. Do you want to know how low?
Most important.
That's the most important question. Okay, there you go. You got an answer right here. Actually, you're going to give me an answer. You're an expert now. You know what time it is. You know what's going on. Come on.
2200.
Oh, there you go. See, that wasn't hard. That was easy. Now, tell me why.
So the question is why. As you can see, during a one-on-one coaching session, I do like to ask my students a number of questions to make sure that I'm not the one just giving the answers, okay? Because it's important for me that you learn. It's important for me that you understand the ideas, the concepts, and that you're able to formulate your own ideas, your own trading ideas based on the concepts that I am showing you. Take action now, because the markets do fall much faster than they go up. And the opportunity to profit on the short side, the opportunity to profit on the market fall is here right now. I do not want you to miss it. I do want you to have a solid strategy in place to take advantage of current market conditions. Just remember this, the crash of 1987 did not take over the course of the year. It took a course over just a few days, with Monday being the day where the markets have fallen 22.7%. The crash of 1929, same thing. The markets did not take for a few years to fall. The majority of the fall has occurred in a very short amount of time. The crash of 1962, same thing. And you can go, and I can give you historic examples. So the point is, take action now. Make 2018 your most profitable year. Take the next step. Visit marketcrash.money. Hit the big green button, How to Profit. Schedule your one-on-one consultation right now. Do you remember what happened when Bitcoin was trading at 10 cents? Everybody was skeptical. Nobody believed it was going up to $18,000, $20,000. What happened when Bitcoin actually got to $18,000, $20,000? Well, nobody believed that it could actually ever be traded at $7,000 again. And yet, look at the price of Bitcoin today. Right now, as I'm recording this video, it is at $7,700. Well, I have been recommending my students to short Bitcoin. Was trading at $18,800. As you know, within roughly 30 to 60 days after that, Bitcoin has dropped as low as $5,900. You could have made money on the rise, but you missed it. You could have made money on the fall of Bitcoin, but you missed it. Now, the truth is, the opportunities on trading options, stock options in the stock market right now is much greater than what Bitcoin represented in December when it was trading at all-time highs. Hit the How to Profit button and learn about the strategy on how to profit when markets fall. Do it now. Don't miss on the next great.